Wow, we already jumping into a fucking review. Well, follow my social medias, or I guess on the Discord. I finally Maxxxine came out Friday, and I did not waste any time in going to see Maxxxine. I'm a huge fan of Ty West's X Pearl, whatever you want to call it, trilogy, and was really super crazy psyched for Maxxxine, which may not be a trilogy. Apparently he may be making another sequel, so there may be a fourth movie to this. But Maxxxine is set in the 80s, and we follow Maxxxine Minx, the sole survivor of X, the little Texas Chainsaw Massacre where she went through an X. Actually, there's a little, if you blink if you miss it, nod in the newspaper to X, where they call it the Texas Chainsaw Porn Star. No, they call it the Texas Porn Star Massacre, and holy fuck that I love that. That was fucking great. Mia Goth. Oh, this role she's killed in every. She's killed as Pearl. You know, Pearl was a different character compared to Maxxxine. And they had similarities, I guess, but she killed it in this role. I personally felt like in this movie, she starts it off so strong, so vicious, and then throughout kind of, I don't know, falters or gets scared or becomes almost a background character in a movie that's called Maxxxine. You know, that was kind of a little disappointing. And you know, I love the 80s. This movie went full 80s. I'm sorry to say it. Went full 80s retard here. 80s retarded. It took the silly aspects of the 80s. It's a very silly movie. It's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 80s style, horror, dirty LA. And I love the dirty LA. I wish we could have got more of that. I feel like we didn't get enough of that. We got, you know, this movie kind of fell short. And a lot of people online are either, it's pretty funny. This is kind of, I feel like the Halloween Ends all over again. Like when Halloween Ends came out, everyone was like, I love it, I hate it, I fucking hate it, I love it. It was alright. And I feel like that's what's going on with Maxxxine. You're gonna love it, you're gonna hate it, you're gonna think of me. I thought it was alright. I don't hate it. I had a good time. It was a good time. I personally, if we're doing rankings of the Ty West X trilogy, Pearl's number 1, X is number 2, and Maxxxine is number 3. And the irony is, like, X came out first. When I saw X the first time, I was like, oh, that's not bad, it's alright. And then when I saw Pearl, and there was a backstory to X, I was like, I fucking love this. I loved Pearl. Pearl was just fucking great. And they're both very different fucking movies. Very different movies, which is great. This is a amazing trilogy of horror movies that I would recommend any horror fan to watch. And it sounds like this movie's making a bunch of money. He's most likely going to make his sequel. He says he has an idea for a sequel. And I feel like, I hope his idea for the sequel didn't rob from this sequel, that he took. It felt like there was missing bits. It felt like there was going to be more, and it got cut off or snipped, you know? And I wonder if he saved those ideas for the sequel. And I heard rumors that the sequel is going to be a prequel to Maxxxine as a kid escaping her father, the priest, which is not a spoiler. It's kind of revealed at the end of X if you watch X. So we'll see. I also felt like Ty West kind of went, I don't know if I'm gonna get crap for this, but kind of felt like he went a little mainstream with Maxxxine. It kind of felt like, I don't know, if kind of played it safe compared to like Pearl and X that just had some really great disturbing moments. And there's disturbing moments in Maxxxine, but there really wasn't like a kill in Maxxxine that was like, yo, that kill fucking insane, that it sticks with you, you know? It was like a good moment at the beginning. That one was spoiled, that was great. But looking back at like Pearl and X, there's like moments in that I'm like, yo, that was fucked up. Oh, you have a good night, Wall Goblin. I appreciate you hanging out. Guess hope you don't get haunted. Record if you do. But yeah, I don't know. Like I don't hate Maxxxine. It's a good time. You know, if you're a fan of X and Pearl, yeah, watch this. You're gonna love it. You're gonna hate it. I'm really curious to hear all your point of views. But like I said, Pearl's #1, X is #2, Maxxxine is #3 in the Ty West trilogy, and if he does a 4th one, which we'll wait and see, I feel like maybe he should take a break before doing the sequel, prequel, whatever he's planning to do. Maybe do something else, but you know, whatever. I give Maxxxine 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. You know, there's things I like about it, but there's other things I don't like. It's a bit of a mess. Those full 80s. There are some silly moments where you're gonna love or hate it, and I applaud like the silly 80s. Like it feels like a very Miami Vice 80s TV show sometimes. So 7.5 out of 10 for Maxxxine. Still a good movie, still good, but in the tier of the trilogies and I don't know, kind of weak. I'm not disappointed. Still had a good time, but you know, it is what it is. That's my review.